Blink, I will try and check my volume. I know I was told that I'm usually loud, so I turned my volume. But it looks like we're going. That on the fly here, and we'll keep things posted. Just let me know how things are going. So, in the first room we have gold and our classic key, porch. And we have radiant, so no super easy start for everyone tonight. But we do have a town right next to the castle. And it's Catlin, so they'll likely be able to get some good items here. So looks like Game Boy's just gonna check out the shop just before he makes a decision. And he kind of got shafted on his gold chest, so he couldn't buy a hand axe. So he's actually resetting the game, hoping to get a better gold roll on his chest. It's a very interesting strategy. Yeah, there's 695. That will be enough. Do what he needs to do. So I'm guessing that Lavkian will pick up the hand axe here as well. He grabs the hand axe and some clothes. No naked heroes today. And so Game Boy is going to be buying the small shield as the hand axe, and he'll probably pick up some clothes as well, just because. Yes, he does pick up the clothes. Meanwhile, Lavkian gets the dragon scale. Didn't see if he equipped it or not. And we see ghosts with heal more. That's kind of annoying. Finally, that ghosts go down and we see what's going to happen at level 2. Very little power, but a lot of HP. Outside spell. And we'll see Game Boy hit level 2 as well. Oh. Bad luck with that Magidrake swinging for 3. Maybe if he had equipped the Dragon Scale, it wouldn't have killed him. Here we go. Level 3 for Game Boy. We got a big power boost. So they should probably grind out 1 or 2 more levels and then they can start walking around. Or, if you feel safe, just walk. That's not a bad play either. I wouldn't stray too far from home. What do we have in this cave here? We've got a cursed belt. How fantastic. Funny enough, you could actually buy like 6 or 7 cursed belts and sell them for like, you could actually like grind out a broadsword even. That would be one of the funnier gold grinds I'd have seen. Oh yeah. No problem for Lavkian here, and that'll be a nice boost. And pretty much simultaneously, oh, Game Boy finds one, but gets an excellent dodge. And he does not have that much MP left. Well, not any. But he's gonna survive with 1 HP. Impressive. So critical miss is probably like 1 in 1800, something like that. Pretty rare event. We got level 4. Seems like the level ups are there's a lot of disparity. You get a lot of one stat and not a lot of another. But with their good weapons and with healing, they're making very good progress here. Yeah, up to no good. That's a good point. Having something like the Cursed Belt or the Death Necklace is kind of nice. For the reasons you stated, in that you don't actually lose it when you die. Oh, Magru, Panic Basket. Whose stream is that from? Oh, really? Cool. Meanwhile, we have a Droll casting Hurtmore and sending Game Boy to the penalty box. If the chat wants to help us out, whenever a runner dies, type COD++ in the chat. Just so we can vaguely keep track of some statistics. Enough, lavkian is stocking up on fairy water. This could prove to be useful if they don't learn Repel. They're pretty much both dead even in experience right now. Oh, and we see Dragon Lord Breath from the wolf. That's normally what we consider that a good mid-game grind enemy, but no, not today. Cast it often, but I don't know, it could take you out at any time. Oh. And we see that Charlock is nice and close. Interesting that is to use that fairy water right away. It's not going to repel much. And he's kind of a bit of a low level for exploring right now. Strong enough to beat an Axe Knight. And he gets sent to the penalty box. I would like just hanging out around home. Just until like level 6 or level 7. I guess they're level 6 right now, but one more level. Again. He's gonna find his own very own cursed belt. Meanwhile, we're gonna have level 7 coming up very quick for Game Boy. These warlocks are definitely the primo grind enemy. Meanwhile, I'm seeing some golems with sleep and dragon lord breath, just like yesterday. That's pretty nasty. To no good, Game Boy does have the clothes. we got here on this side of the swamp? Nothing good, that's for sure. Again, I don't know if the fairy water is a good thing to use. Okay, Lavkian is indeed wearing the dragon scale. That's good. They're both kind of walking in the same area right now. There's some interesting islands. Eighth Night. We see it on both screens. Wraith Knight is going to be golden. Should die on the next hit. A nice, easy 72 experience. Help! Something funny happened and I don't know what. Oh man. Oh. Maybe it's just coming through on my side. Are you muted? Okay. Maybe it's fine then. I mean, you can comment if you want. Just wanted to make sure. Alright, so in the meantime, they've both found Romualder. Lavkian upgrades to some leather armor. Okay, thank goodness. Yeah, like he was coughing pretty bad. And I was like, if that's coming through, that would be... Alright, so very interestingly, we noticed that a golem is the mini-boss in Hawksness and Dragonlord Breath. And it very well could be guarding something like the Fairy Flute. So it could be a very tough enemy to deal with. Meanwhile, Lavkian is making me dizzy here. Okay, so we have an Erdrick's token sighting and a Stones of Sunlight sighting for Game Boy. So what's this town here? Okay, that's the Hawksness one. So will he find out what pain is awaiting? No, he thinks better of it. And in the basement of the castle, we have the Staff of Rain Cave. Yeah, you should pick up the coordinates for sure. Wondering that. Meanwhile, Lav throws on his last fairy water and immediately runs into a werewolf. Probably not quite strong enough to fight. And he is in fact gonna die. So he should check the treasury now that he's back home. Who knows, may end up hopping into Cantlin and getting those coordinates. Zero would be pretty funny. You could still get them. We learned in Game Boy's last race when the coordinates were directly on a town. It is possible. The Game Boy's up to a slight experience lead here, but not a lot separating the two. Alright, moment of truth. Fun or not? Aha! Good call. So, oh, is he just gonna buy fairy water? You gotta check the coordinates. No? Just gonna check the third item shop. And he picks up a small shield. Are seriously none of them going to check the coordinates? Astonishing. You ask me. Oh boy. Selling space is selling space to get fairy water. We are no longer live. Alright. Give me a second. Alright. So, in the time that I missed, Lavkian, due to his short walking speed, is searching for the coordinates. I didn't see what they are, though. Walking very carefully, probably writing down his steps as he goes. You step at a time. Oh. And it's the fairy flute, which means armor's either in Coal or Hawksness. And if it's in Hawksness, that could be a big deal. Decides to go for it first. I mean, if they get Stop Spell, that would be helpful. So Game Boy's just hit level 8. About 140 experience. Oof. And Magiwyverns also have the lethal combo of Sleep and DL2 Breath. You gotta remember those things. Oh, and level 8 brought Hurt more, so things are gonna start flying fast and furious now. Kind of... Their lavkian can actually beat this werewolf. Man, that werewolf, he's persistent. All of a sudden, Magiwyverns aren't so bad, you can just take him down with one hit. So, getting to level 8 is pretty crucial for Lav, and I think you should get it from this fight. All right. So, now that they've both got these spells, it's a matter of who's going to have the better exploration. A lot of deaths. Right, here we go. I have a feeling that Mr. Game Boy is going to get the coordinates as well. So, I'm not sure how possible it is, but I'd like to see the runners explore different paths than they have in the past. Because sometimes you can get caught in the trap where you explore the same path and you miss something that's close, but this map just may be forcing you in this one direction. Really should be hurt more in this Spectre. Speeds things up significantly. So, is Lav thinking about hopping into Hawksness now? He doesn't know what enemy is there. Meanwhile, Game Boy walked into the swamp cave, came out the other entrance, and ended up in the back door of Grinham, where he gets money and a cursed belt. So will we see a silver shield? Haven't seen one yet, but I may have missed it. Oh, there is a silver shield there. And Game Boy equips a broadsword. Poor Lav. Still doesn't know what's in Hawksness yet. So interestingly enough, Game Boy looks like he's opening those gold chests again. Obtaining another cursed belt. So maybe he's saving up for full plate? What's he doing? I have no idea. Lav is just equalized on experience. Oh, right. Is there enough? Yeah, there is. You can gold grind. Because he opened 3 chests in Grinham, gonna die without actually entering the overworld. Then he's gonna overflow the memory. So hopefully he remembers which chest is the gold. It's the top left one. He has to open 2 chests first. Not gonna load himself with Erdrick's tokens. Alright, he did it in proper order. And now it should be the gold glitch is activated. First look at level 10. Oh, we have 0 HP. I love it! So you can see now there's a handy little explanation on gold grinding. I'll let you just check that out. Basically, the game, due to memory limitations, only tracks up to 8 chests being opened. And normally what happens is whenever you leave a town or a cave, it wipes that from the memory. Those items are not wiped. So if you open up, say, 5 chests in the mountain cave, and you die, and you open up a few more, eventually there's nowhere for the game to put the remaining treasure chest. And so it just leaves it there. And as you see, Game Boy is just opening it over and over and over again. So he's got enough for probably magic armor. Yeah, Lav is going to require a substantial amount of luck to win this fight. Because if it Dragon Lord breaths him once, he's pretty much toast. What if he gets it? That could be huge. Nope. It's the hero's turn to be asleep. And bye-bye. So that golem took out Game Boy. Saved. So he doesn't lose his gold. Yes. Keen is now at level 10. Perfect. So yes, now Lav is finally exploring a new direction. Meanwhile, Game Boy continues to struggle, getting back to Garinham. Pull out to a bit of a lead here. So yeah, we see what those coordinates were. There are 4 south and 27 west. Pretty close. Oh man. Dead end? So I noticed that all these enemies are back attacking. I thought that was strange, and then I looked at the stats. They only have 38 agility. That's pretty painful. They do not know stop spell yet, as far as I'm aware. 11 does not have it as well. That's gonna bring some pain. Meanwhile, Lav doesn't have enough health to walk over the swamp, so he has to hop back into... Game Boy grabs the fairy flute. Gonna be disappointed. Asking himself, do I really need to beat that golem? The answer is maybe. Weejui is restreaming this. He is our hero. All right. So, yeah, definitely Lav is here. He hasn't found Garinham yet, but that didn't really have anything useful. So if he can make some good exploration here, he may be able to consolidate his lead. I have the sleep spell now, so that's perfect for when you encounter a stone man, so hopefully Lav realizes this. He's just looking at every nook and cranny. That's a big mistake. You have the fairy flute. You might as well use it. I know it's a time loss, but so is dying. Meanwhile, Golem just gets Game Boy, but you see Game Boy does use the fairy flute. He's still got that boatload of money, remember? Oh geez, these stone men. Eventually, Lav is gonna get unlucky here. He needs to use sleep. Hopefully he continues doing that in the future. But he's put himself in a position where he has no heal mores left either. Jeez, it's just Stone Man Golem, Stone Man Golem. Ah yes, our good friend Metal Scorpion. What cave do we have here? Okay, this is the swamp cave, so If Lav makes it through, there are red dragons here though. He will get into Grinham. Uh-oh. He's getting away from this one. Oh, just barely. Is he gonna make it? No. No. Red dragon takes him out. So Game Boy gets his upgrades. That will help him substantially. Still has to make up this experience deficit that he finds himself in. And with no really easy way to grind, this is like a sizable advantage. Game Boy's found the grave. I guess it's just three to five more chances of getting the Erdrick sword. That would be the biggest thing right now. Getting the sword would be a huge help for fighting the golem. Oh boy. Grave and the mountain cave are right next to each other, as Lav casts Hurtmore to the forest. Check this empty area a few times now. Use your fairy flute, please. Yeah, he just needs to make it through that swamp cave. If he does that, he's gonna have access to all these goodies. Lav seems to be avoiding Hawksness like the plague. Alright, meanwhile Game Boy is trying to zerg down a red dragon here. Will he be successful? 36 health. That's risky. And I think he survived a very lucky 50-50 there. I'm not sure if it was necessary. Like, he had plenty of magic left. What you doing, Lav? Keep going. Okay, and so Game Boy hits level 11. Lav is going to hit level 12 right here. And they finally learned Stop Spell. It says, okay, let's see if I can get a Stop Spell off on this golem. He doesn't have very much MP left though. But with the combination of Stop Spell and the Fairy Flute, it's not impossible to win this fight. Not sleep. Alright. Golem's spell is blocked, but casts Fire Breath immediately. Alright, so let's count some damage here. We got 29. Gonna take 4 or 5 more hits at that rate. No dice. It doesn't seem like he casts sleep enough to be worthwhile. He's gonna have to wait till he has some stronger equipment. Is the question. He may think, oh, if I have more MP. Finally, Lav is using Hurt more to speed up these fights. The experience gap is now about 400. That broadsword is really paying off for Game Boy. Alright, what's Game Boy gonna find? Oh, he found Erdrick's sword. Wow. Have a huge impact. The fighter's ring. His time he invested getting all this gear is really paying off. And the experience gap is going to close as we see another excellent dodge. It's unbelievable. We got 2 of those in this race. Yeah, the Staff of Rain Cave is back in the Tantagel, so that should be easy enough. I don't believe we have a jerk sighting yet. Alright, and we're a 300 experience gap here. We don't know if it's the armor yet, Dataplet. Unless they found that while I was looking away. 10% chance that fighting that golem is going to give you nothing. Alright, what's gonna happen now? I like Game Boy's chances of beating the golem. with the sword. Defense. We're gonna run into some more stone men. And this time. Alright, Lav is finally going to make his way to Grinham. So hopefully he can explore those two caves and grab the sword as well. As Game Boy is likely going to cash in for the Staff of Rain. Alright, so Lav has picked up the broadsword. What's Lav doing right now? So the right cave is the mountain cave, the left cave is Garen's grave. It's the mountain cave that has the sword on the top floor. Wolf has Dragon Lord breath. Wolf has Dragon Lord breath. Wonder if he forgot. Alright, alright. It looks like he's probably going to try and plunder the whole thing, and maybe thinking, hey, I need to do a gold grind. Yes, I think I would do the same thing. Still got that 400 pointed lead in experience. Still just clinging on to that. It might be interesting if you found something like the Death Necklace, say. That would be something he would have that Game Boy wouldn't. Boy says enough is enough. So we got level 13 first for Lav. They get 30 agility. They're probably so happy. Things are looking up. Though. Will we find out what's in this bottom chest? I'm thinking so. Unless we run into a red dragon. Or you never know a golem. Haha! I called it. I called that so hard. I love when that happens. And finally Lav does the smart play and uses the fairy flute. Get the heck out of here. No, we got gold in the bottom chest. But that golem not cooperating. We only have one heal more left for Game Boy. Oh boy. Lav is having trouble finding an enemy to kill him. That's so unfortunate. Running circles around this little... Yeah. Okay. So we got a golem down. And there's nothing there. Gotta find coal. If I were Lav, I would walk onto a different floor. Because clearly this floor isn't working. It's just a 1 in 5 to get a golem. Usually go 10 encounters without getting one on a bad day. The other enemies had better enemies. Oh boy, this is painful to watch. There we go. This is pretty much dead even at this point. We got a broadsword, which was the cursed belt. There we go. There he finds the chest that he wants. So Game Boy has a very singular quest in mind. He's like, well, I need to find coal and I need to find the jerk cave. Then I'm done. Lav still doesn't know that Hawksness is not good. Still hasn't gotten the sword from the mountain cave. And hasn't found coal or the jerk cave either. So he's a little bit behind here. Game Boy should pretty much be on autopilot for the rest of this, as long as he can stay safe. He's being very cautious in his fights. Oh, and he just crits a metal slime. That's a nice little bonus. That's a swamp if I've ever seen one. Oh, Game Boy's actually gonna fight the Stone Man. A risky play. He's probably wanting to get all the experience he can get. Alright, we have magic armor. Finally, some sort of healing. It still doesn't help with the swamp. It gives you bonuses against hurt more, and I think it helps against Dragon Lord Breath. No, I don't think so. It's the hurt more. So both guys are in full-fledged exploration mode right now. Lav is just gonna try and get back to Grinham. He gets it very easily, having none of the troubles that Game Boy had. Game Boy with practically no health left. Either. Alright, silver shield for Lav. And maybe he'll hop into the mountain cave and get the sword. That looks exactly due. Oh baby, it's Breckenary. At least it's an inn. Game Boy probably doesn't even care. Oh, don't attack. Oof. Yes, that inn is so super expensive. There we go. Sword got. The question is, will Lav actually be able to get the silver harp here? Second floor was like for encounters. I think there's very limited amounts of map left, so I wouldn't be surprised if Game Boy finds coal pretty much any moment. Meanwhile, we have Lav equipping the fighter's ring. Alright, silver harp acquired. Hello, Thaddeus. You are the only person I'm going to single out this entire stream. Congratulations. I'm guessing Game Boy just stumbled into the tablet cave, which is not necessary. So where is Cole is the name of the game here. Oh, we do have the jerk cave though. I wonder. Oh, he's returning. Why? You're so far from home. Just keep exploring. Oh man. Oh, that's painful. That hurts my soul a little bit. Noticing they only have, even at level 14, 55 MP. Alright, Game Boy finally stumbles into coal. I want to get a glance at where it is in the map. Where is it? Yeah, it's right north of the Jerk Cave. Yep. That's why I told you, just keep exploring. Oh man, that hurts. That hurts. Big time. He was literally just there. Oof. Like, he was so excited, he's like, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go get the rainbow drop. But you can do that whenever you want. There's something to be said about just saving your exploration process. There's still stuff you need to explore. You didn't need to find coal. Maybe he thought, just go to Hawksness. That turns out to be a big deal. All right. Still, things are not that far off. Interesting. So we have Game Boy choosing to grind experience the mountain cave, which has red dragons, armor knights, and golems. Yeah, I think Lav is gonna into Oxness and get the bad news. Hey, they finally learned Repel at level 14. That lavkian just hit. Aha! Game Boy finally says, you can't cast sleep on me. Alright, Lav gets that golem and is going to find absolutely nothing. And he's going to be very, very sad the moment he finds coal. Which frankly is not easy to find. As long as you perimeter explore, you're fine. Man, these golem fights are long. These Axe Knights are pretty fantastic, though. Back to that spot. I don't know. Let's hope. Green Dragon casts a heal more. But Lav deals with it very well. You attack first, and then you cast Hurt more. Lav going, is he gonna go back and heal, or is he just checking every spot? I think he's just being thorough. He's running into that same problem where he has no magic left. Although at least he gets some healing from full plate. Run away! Run away! No such luck. We got level 15 with 4 power. Getting pretty close, but oh, it's with such little MP, that's really holding us back. With our current attack power, we need about 15 attacks to win. We only got 7 heal mores. Leveling is required. And Game Boy absolutely realizes that. Yeah, Game Boy just sticking to the mountain cave. So Lav is kind of checking this little south area. Yeah, someone was making a comment about Death Necklace. And the fact is that it may be useful, but not unless they get a lot more health. And I don't think there's a searching the grave at this time. Oh, the answer is, when will Lav find coal? Well, he might find it now. Gonna warp right to Garenham, and if he continues up that coastline, as he's gonna heal first, but if he continues up that coastline, he's golden. Game Boy doing here? Ah, he is going into Charlock now. And he's gonna see it. Oh, what? Oh, he's gonna get the rainbow drop. Keep going north. Keep going north. It's right there. Ugh. The suspense is killing me. Please, I tell you. Alright, there we go. He's found it. And is probably thinking, it was right here. Oh, man. Alright, there are no stairs there. Armor acquired. And he, without hesitation, is heading to Sharlock. So, probably not going to be able to gain much experience on Game Boy. He's about 1700 behind, which is about a good 5 to 6 minutes. The only thing that I could see happening is if Lav, who is on the strength HP build, to the 130 HP, he might be able to go earlier with the death necklace. So I'm just gonna let you guys watch this. I gotta just attend to something really quick and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Glass something was knocked off a shelf and broke. And I needed to see if help was required. But there wasn't, so I just kind of laughed. So Game Boy, he's kind of doing the smart thing here. And he's progressing through Sharlock. And probably trying to raid the treasury and maybe get that death necklace. There's really very little downside to doing this. If you run out of MP, you run out of MP, you're still doing the same grinding thing. In fact, dying is probably a quicker way of refilling your magic than going to Cantlin, in my opinion. The randomizer is all about trying to do multiple things at once. In the normal race, there's your exploration and then there's your leveling. And that same thing applies here. Trying to do both at once, whereas Lav is just standing here and he's just grinding without exploration. Now, just staying here is good if this enemy zone is beautiful, and it looks like it is. So, too much for that. Yeah, everyone has everything but the death necklace. A little explanation on how to calculate can we fight the Dragon Lord. So if you look at their attack power, which right now I think is 129, you basically subtract 100, so you get 29. 29 in half, you get 14.5. You round that down to 14. That's their maximum attack, and then you divide that in half to get 7, which is their minimum attack. So right now they're doing 7 to 14 on the Dragon Lord, which means you're doing 10.5 damage on average. Lord has somewhere between 150 and 165 health, so that's 15 attacks required. And right now, with the next level, they have 10 heal more, so it's actually getting close. Yet. like a 1 or a 3 or a 13 is like the most it can possibly do. Trust me on this. There's a 7. Those are great enemies to fight. Definitely the smart play. So still no death necklace. Still no death necklace. And they're both fighting Stonemid at the same time. Cool stuff. Yeah, so just to give a little update, with the Fighter's Ring and level 16, they're now at 131 attack power. So they're now doing, divide it in half, you get 15.5, or 15 is the max. Divide that in half, you get 7.5. So 7 to 15 is their damage range. So now it's 11. 11 on average, as opposed to 10.5. Very small difference. But now you're a bit more likely to win in 15 attacks. If you drop the Fighter's Ring, Cool Blue, you still get the effect. Same thing with the Dragon Scale. So he does not lose his +2 bonus from that. That's just a little knowledge on his part. Yeah, Game Boy is just loving it in here. He's got all these enemies that he's defense breaking. On the other hand, has these enemies that are a bit higher experience. So it's going to be interesting to see the trade-off. I like what Game Boy is doing here. Going to be interesting. Yeah, these red dragons are like 2.5 experience. So that's actually kind of a big deal. No small deal, that's for sure. Dragon, which unfortunately for Game Boy is not defense broken. You need 97 defense power to defense break them. Here we go, Lav at level 16. He sees that magic boost, he's got to be thinking, do I have enough? And he seems to think he does. I would respectfully disagree. I don't think they have enough attack power. But we got level 17 for Game Boy, and this is going to tell us everything we need to know. And they are golden. Not over yet. Not over yet. If Lav can... It's not impossible for Lav to win. Close to, I don't know, 25 to 30% for Lav to win. You may have to take a risk or two. And he's kind of got the first crack at it here. Oh, he's still fighting. Maybe he's thinking of fighting his level on the way down. That could be what happens, and if that's the case, Game Boy's gonna hop ahead of him in like 10 seconds. They're pretty much perfectly synced on my screen. Oh, that's amazing. Right. Lav is getting some good encounter luck. Here we go, guys. So let's just look at Game Boy stats here, because they're super easy to calculate. He's got 140 attack power. which means he's doing 10 to 20 to the Dragon Lord, 15 on average. That means he needs 11 attacks and he has 11 heal mores. So he can actually burn a couple on the way down and still be fine. Because you get your first attack usually and your last attack. $88 MP instead of 87. 16 would definitely be right on the borderline. But I think the way Lav is doing this, he may have to burn a heal more here. Herb. Meanwhile, Game Boy is just flying. Just flying. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, if Lav was gonna go, he needed to try and conserve his herbs at all costs. You never know what can happen here. Although I'd say Game Boy is the heavy, heavy favorite at this point in time. Oof. All right. So here we go. Game Boy punishes that blue dragon. And without even thinking, in front. Just fight it. Just fight it. You don't need an herb. Not necessary. Just go. And Game Boy is told that he is a fool, and here we go. Will he use herbs is the question. I wouldn't. And he uses one before he gets his. Now he's a little bit happier. So it is pretty much for Game Boy, barring menu errors. And the interesting thing is the way Lav has done this, right when he gets there, and he's, from his point of view, he's done this perfectly. So he'll be finishing not too far behind. Will be fine. There's a lot of wizards down here that he can fight. But ooh, fighting that stone man is risky. All the way down to 9 HP. Oh, he's got a heal to spare. That's handy. Alright, he's gonna get the next level and immediately think, alright, we're good. This. But very shortly he's gonna get the dot done from Game Boy. Be a little bit disappointed. Oof, that encounter rate is stiff for Lav. But there we go. We've got Game Boy emerging as the winner. Let's give Game Boy a hand. GG to Game Boy. Alright, let's hang on here and catch the end of this. Lav should really just use a heal more. And here we go for Lav. So, let's just see him finish this out successfully. Which I think he should. He's definitely getting some good rolls here. So far, so good. The official time for Game Boy was 1 hour, 26 minutes, and 17 seconds. Hopefully you have some audio coming in with some intense Dragon Lord music.
Hello.
Hello, sir. We're just watching lavkian hopefully finish off the Dragon Lord. It seems like he's getting good rolls.
Oh, is he in the same level and everything?
Yeah, he like you had a solid 2,000 experience lead, but he entered Sharlock and fought his way down, and you entered about 30 seconds behind him and kind of slingshot past him as he was fighting.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, it really came down to one crucial decision on Lavkin's part that probably made the difference, or it could have been a lot closer.
What was that?
Both of you still needed to find the Jerk Cave and Coal, which were pretty much right beside each other.
Yeah. Not easy to find.
Well, it was right next to Grinham, right?
Mm-hmm. Turned out.
Walked up from Grinham to the Jerk Cave, and he's like, oh, I have the Silver Harp. I'm going to cast Return. And he just went to Return to cash in the Silver Harp and then go back to the Jerk Cave. And he ended up not finding the armor right away.
Mm-hmm.
And if he had just kept going the 5 steps north, he would have stumbled into that, and I think that would have really helped him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A difference of 3 minutes and 5 seconds, which is quite a close race.
Yep. We're another fine another race under 5 minutes. That's our 4th race under 5 minutes. Let's hope we can get a lot more come the end of the tournament.
You sound like you're sweating from all that fire breath the golem was doing.
Oh my god. Well, that was just like Jackamus and Seawolf.
Yep.
They had the exact same thing. Except I think the golem slept less, but and we got stop spell. We finally were able to get stop spell.
We definitely had some A+ predictions this race, and one of them was that Hawksness was going to contain nothing.
Oh, yeah.
It was either going to be the Fairy Flute or nothing. Was kind of the consensus. Not the armor. Armor never had a chance.
Well, see. Here is my thought though. Last time I mean, usually with those super hard monsters, it's gonna be, yeah, armor's gonna be there. I'm just like, yes, it's gonna be there, and it's gonna be great and crap.
Yeah. Yeah, you got out to a bit of a lead as you got through the swamp cave first, and you were able to. Actually, you didn't even get the sword the first time, right? You went backdoored into Grinham and you did a gold grind immediately,
Mm-hmm.
and then you had some trouble getting back there, and
Mm-hmm.
then you went and got the sword, and you got the sword first, and that you were a little bit behind in experience, but as soon as you got that, then you even and then pulled ahead.
Yeah.
It was really back and forth.
Mm-hmm. Well, good. I'm glad we gave the fans a good race.
And
I see lavkians here, but I'm not hearing them.
muted somehow, Lav.
Ooh.
You sound exhausted. That was a
Well, I'm
tough
always,
seed.
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it was. Well, I'm always nervous with these things, you know. It's like I want to do well because you're thinking, oh, number 2 seed, he's got to take him down. But I mean, you just saw right there, it was only a 3-minute race. I mean, one misstep here, one misstep there, I'm gone. I'm off the losers bracket. So, I mean, it very well could be the same thing in the next race. NES Cardinale and Angry Larry, very capable of it being like that. So it's gonna be a good race. Don't go anywhere. If you've enjoyed watching this race, I'm sure that the next race is going to be just as fun. So,
Hey, can you guys hear me now?
Yes, there we go.
can.
Yeah, okay.
Very good.
Still having problems with my camera microphone, which sounds better than this one. This one sounds like garbage, so apologies.
Sounds great on my end.
So, Mr. Holmes, can we talk about one thing?
Sure.
Can we talk about the 2 minutes it took me to die in Garen's grave? Did you guys notice that?
I was wondering, I thought, like, because you found 2 golems on your first experience on that little diamond floor, right?
Yeah, and so I was looking for another one.
Yeah, and I was kind of thinking, like, it seems like it was only a 1 in 5 enemy, and that was the only thing that could have really killed you. There was, like, metal scorpions and specters, and I thought maybe, I felt like there were other floors with enemies that could have killed you, but maybe there wasn't.
I only on the first 2 floors, because as soon as I walked into Garen's grave, I was thinking, oh, okay, I just saw a gold shield or a silver shield in Grinham.
Yep.
I can gold grind out of here as long as I can find something that can kill me. And on
Oh,
the
yeah,
first 2
absolutely.
floors, the only things that I saw were red slimes and blue slimes.
Maybe that was just it then. But yeah, when you have something that's 1 in 5 like that, it's just probability. Sometimes it will take you 10 or 15 times to find one.
Yeah, and then when I saw that, because I walked into Garen's grave first, and then I
Yep.
walked into Mountain Cave next after finally executing my gold grind. And what's
Yep.
the first thing I see? Fun Police.
Yeah.
And I
Oh,
said,
boy.
"Oh, are you serious? Are you serious?"
Yeah. And so what was interesting was there wasn't many good places to grind in this seed. I mean, Sharlock turned out to be pretty golden when she got everything, but Game Boy actually did about a level and a half in the mountain cave, which I can't say I've seen happen very often.
Yeah, that was something that I should have considered. There were a couple of spots on the world map that were like deserts with axe knights and
Yep.
some other things, but nothing super amazing for sure.
In my
Yeah.
opinion, Sharlock was probably the best place. The first floor was pretty nice with the red dragons and armored knights.
Yeah.
The red dragons were showing up pretty regularly too. I don't think I want to guess that there were only 4 different monsters in the different slots there, and one of them was repeating.
It's possible.
I feel like I saw a lot of red dragons there, so Yeah, I'm a little sad, but I mean, if it's that close, I mean, you know, the number 15 to the number 2 seed can't complain too much.
So what I will add is like let's just profile the race. Let's fill it in because both of you guys really only know what you did.
Yeah.
So at the start of the race, had a slight experience lead of like 200 or 300. And then Game Boy went through the swamp cave into Grinham, and he opened the 3 chests in the Grinham, went back into the swamp cave, suicided to a red dragon, and actually was able to execute the gold grind that way.
I would not have even thought of doing that. That's incredibly smart.
He opened the 3 chests in the back door, died in the cave, the 3 chests from the throne room, and then he just had to open 2 other chests. But that's not the end of the story. Because once he did that gold grind, he died about 2 or 3 times, maybe even more, trying to get back to Grinham. He pulled ahead to about 500 or 600 experience lead. But once he finally got through, then he started to kind of equalize a little bit. And at some point, just his efficiencies and having found everything a bit earlier allowed him to focus on experience grinding. And he was ahead by almost 2,000 experience, Game Boy was. And a lot of time, and I very much commend you for fighting your way down. You timed your level up for level 17 absolutely perfectly. Like you leveled up on the mini boss pretty much, right?
I leveled up
just
right before. It was I think it was the right turn on the final floor, because I started running from enemies. I saw like 9 power, and I'm like, oh, this is it. This is it.
And that's the dream, right? Like that is the perfect way to do it. And like this race would have been not as close had you not done that decision. Like that probably saved you 3 minutes easily.
Yeah, and honestly, my thing was once I saw that 29 MP, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go for it. But then I'm like, it's so borderline.
Yeah.
At that point, it's so. I want to say, I don't know if you guys ran the actual odds. I feel like they were right at like 50-50.
I would say a hair less, but that's just me and my. You had 10 heal mores and you needed about 15 attacks. And your health wasn't quite really high enough to get double attacks. So you needed a fluke double attack, maybe getting to DL2 with full health, like using herbs.
Hi there. I got a double attack.
Yeah. That helps if you have 101 defense.
Well, yeah.
Well, and that was another thing. Like, I was counting on my high defense to give me a double attack too, and I don't think that actually happened in my fight. I just got really, really lucky on my rolls. I didn't think I was gonna pull it out there at the end.
Yeah, as long as you got average rolls, even without double attacks, you were fine.
Oh, okay.
Because you had 9 heal mores going into it, right?
Yeah, I did.
You did 10 attacks, 10 or 11 attacks, basically. Mm-hmm. So as long as you didn't get ambushed, you got a lot of 17s. I'll say that in the middle.
I did, and I got a 20 to win. I remember that. That was my only 20.
Yep. Yeah, it worked out just perfect. I'd say it was pretty comfortable. It could have gone worse, but it was comfortable.
Yeah, I like. Did you like how close I was riding that HP on the way down?
Yep, for sure. Game Boy, lavkian was fighting Stoneman on his way down, and he was entering the fights occasionally with about 55 HP.
Oh dang, that's pushing your luck.
Yeah, he ended up with like 5 or 6 a couple times.
I ended at least one fight. I remember I ended the fight. I think the fight that I leveled up on, I ended that fight at 9, and I threw out my last heal, got a really good roll on the heal, and then just walked all the way down to the boss. And then after the boss, I actually wasn't sure I was going to kill that blue dragon. I was like, okay, please let this not miss. Let me kill him, and then let me just burn this heal more and do this fight. And it was right at that time that gameboyf9 done, and I was like, so close.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Game Boy, comments?
Well, Yeah, did you notice that I had 666 points to the next level? I don't know if anybody commented in chat, but I chuckled a little bit when I saw that.
Scroll through it. Let me scroll. What point was that? Like, must have been on a later level.
I think it was like 10 or 11. I think I was at when I hit the jackpot there.
No, you fooled me on that one.
Oh.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's amazing to think about. I would have never thought about going back because obviously that swamp cave was very, very deadly. And I didn't even think about going back there and just suiciding right there. That's something I'll have to think about in the future in situations like that.
Yeah, I actually before I grinded in Sherlock, I grinded in the mountain cave because I was seeing a lot of armored knights and red dragons. So, and it turned out I ran into some golems too. So, which wasn't fun.
Were you fighting them before you got the sword? Because I never saw a flame sword.
No, I never saw a flame sword. I wasn't fighting golems until I got Erdrick's sword.
No, I mean the red dragons in the swamp cave.
Oh yeah, no, I could fight the red dragons with a broadsword at the right time.
Okay.
It was an expensive battle, but I remember beating a couple of them. I was beating up red dragons and armored knights, and I kept running out of magic, so I just kept going outside, back to town, quickly heal up, back to the mountain cave, and run out of magic. But I'd get 255 points or 172, back to town, and then I finally got it. And then I finally got the sword in like the third or fourth try.
Oh yeah, that's super smart. But I found all that stuff. I mean, basically, everything was either in the treasury or on the other side of the swamp cave. I'm pretty sure that's where like everything was. So
more or less.
With the exception of Cantlin by start and then Keys, which were like off to the west.
Yep.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I got to that stuff a little bit late. But again, it was a very, very close race, so I can't be too salty about it.
Yeah, if you keep that type of performance up, you should be able to start pushing your way through the bonus bracket.
I was looking at that. I was looking at the bonus bracket, though. I mean, I think I have the winner of Countess's match or something like that. But then after that, it's like. After that, I think I have like the loser of Jackamus and Empty Eye and Sparkover, I think is.
Yeah, let me pull that up. 89. Yeah. I won. Let's see. I got it for you. You are gonna face JJ Smith in the next round.
And then you play the winner of Trank and the loser of Jackamus Sparkover.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's gonna be. I think going. I think I can go even. I mean, I'm 1 and 2 now, but I think I can go even. But going ahead, it's gonna be tough. But yeah,
you're already in the top 24. Win one more, you're in the top 16.
One more in the top 16. Yep. That's good. All right. Well, I'm really excited for Angry Larry and Ness Cardinality. I'm really excited for this match. So I'm gonna go tune into that. So
sounds good.
Good game to you, gameboyf9.
Yeah.
If I weren't literally on the other side of the planet, I would shake your hands.
Well, I'll try to grow my arm to about 3,000. No, probably more like 6,000 miles long, and we'll do it that way. How about that? Like all those cartoons back in the day.
I'll go 3,000. You go 3,000. We'll meet halfway.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, over in Los Angeles or something like that, right?
Over the Pacific Ocean.
Oh, yeah. That's fine. That's fine. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. All right, man. Good game. Thank you, Ujui, for the host. Thank you, MisterHomes, for commentary. See you guys later.
Appreciate it.
Good game. Well played. And before I go though, did you all leave? No. Am I still here? Oh, okay. Before I go, I just have to mention we might have a rematch of the losers final from last year if Jack wins.
Ooh.
Yeah, just a little up-and-coming feature. But it's 10 minutes to the next race, so I better let you all go ahead and let Ouija go ahead and set that up. So
Same
Thank
channel?
you very much. Same channel. Yep. Same channel, same place.
Perfect. See you all
Seawolf.
there.
I'm sorry?
Let's see you all there.
All right, see you then.
Take care.